Good morning, class. Some examples are remaining from the division by t property. So let us see these examples. So find the Laplace transform of sine 2t by t. Here again there is a one single t variable which is in denominator. So we are using the division by t property here. So for that, in last lecture I had told you that how to remember that division by t property. First you have to compare the given example with ft by t. Then after comparison find the value of ft, that is um, keep that 1 by t aside, and whatever the remaining term in the given example, that the remaining term is your ft. That is, here in theory there is a 1 by t, in example there is a 1 by t. So 1 by t, 1 by t, and the remaining term is sine 2t, and here the remaining term is ft. So hence by comparison we get ft equal to sine 2t. So this is your first step in division by t property, that is compare the given example with ft by t and find the value of ft. Then second step is find the Laplace transform of this ft function. So here ft is your sine 2t. So Laplace of sine 2t is, as there is a standard formula of Laplace transform of sine at. Sine at Laplace is a upon s square plus a square. Then sine 2t Laplace is, here a value is 2. So replace a by 2 in Laplace transform formula. That is sine at Laplace is a by s square plus a square. Sine 2t Laplace is 2 by s square plus 2 square, that is 4. Then that is your second step. That is, first step is in division by t property. First step is compare this given example with ft by t, find the value of ft. Then second step is find the Laplace transform of that ft. And the third step is your required example answer. That is, Laplace transform of sine 2t by t is equal to whatever the answer of your Laplace transform of ft. We have to take the integration of that answer, that is integration from s to infinity. This is your answer of Laplace of ft. So keep this term inside this integration, 2 by s square plus 4 with integration with respect to x, that is s. And when we get this integration of this answer, we get the required example Laplace transform. So the integration, we are taking the integration from s to infinity of this 2 by s square plus 4 with respect to s. So there is a standard formula for this integration, that is 1 upon x square plus a square, that is variable square plus constant, is equal to 1 upon, if the in the function there is a constant square, then we have to take in answer as 1 upon constant only, that is square root of a square. Here tan inverse variable by constant. So use this formula here, because in formula there is a x square, and in this example there is a s square, that is variable square matches. Then constant square. So here constant square form is not given, or we don't have constant square here. Instead of a square we have here 4. So you can write it as 4 is equal to 2 square. So this matched, that is variable square, constant square, that constant is your 2. Then what is the answer of, you can take this 2 outside this integration, because this is constant. So 2 as it is, this 2 as it is. Then integration of 1 upon s square plus 4 or 1 upon s square plus 2 square by this formula is 1 upon constant, that is constant is your 2. 1 upon 2 tan inverse variable by constant. Variable here, the variable is s, variable by constant, that is s by 2. So this is your integration by this formula. From integration limits are s to infinity. So for here 2 get cancelled. Then for upper infinity the answer is exist, that is tan inverse s to infinity means this integration is with respect to s. So we have to put upper limit s equal to infinity and lower limit s equal to s itself in this term. So for upper limit, tan inverse infinity by 2. Infinity by 2 is infinity, so tan inverse infinity exists, that is pi by 2. Minus, this minus sign is for lower limit, minus lower limit, put s equal to s, that is no any changes in this term, that is tan inverse s by 2 as it is. So pi by 2 minus tan inverse s by 2, this is your final answer. Or you can use the another formula, that is pi by 2 minus tan inverse x is cot inverse x. This is your 12th standard formula. So pi by 2 minus tan inverse s by 2 is cot inverse s by 2. You can write this final answer as pi by 2 minus tan inverse s by 2, or you can write as cot inverse s by 2. Both the answers are correct. Next is Laplace transform of sin square t by t. Again compare this sin square t by t with ft by t. We get ft equal to sin square t. So this is your first step. Then find this its Laplace transform. So Laplace of sin square t, and this sin square t Laplace we have seen, or we have solved this example of Laplace transform of sin square t in previous, I think in first lecture. So you can see that first lecture also, or you can see these steps for Laplace transform of sin square t. For squaring term, there is no any direct formula of Laplace transform, so we have to use, for squaring term we have to use the double angle formula. So double angle formula is sin square theta equal to 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2. So sin square t is 1 minus cos 2t by 2. Then take 1 by 2, which is constant, outside this Laplace transform notation, and take the Laplace of 1 minus cos 2t only, that is on only for numerator. So Laplace of 1, take the Laplace of each term. So Laplace of 1 is 1 by s minus Laplace of cos 2t is, as cos 2t Laplace formula is, direct formula for Laplace transform is Laplace of cos 80. Cos 80 Laplace is s upon s square plus a square. So cos 2, Laplace of cos 2t is s upon s square plus 2 square. Here a value is cos 80 Laplace is s upon s square plus a square. Then cos 2t Laplace is s upon s square plus 2 square, that is 4. So this is your Laplace of ft, that is second step. Third step is required example answer by taking the integration. This is your third step. So when we take the integration of this answer of Laplace of ft, we get the required example answer. That is, required example answer is Laplace of sin square t by t is equal to, take the integration from s to infinity. Take the integration of this answer. 1 by 2 in bracket 1 by s minus s upon s square plus 4 into ds. Take this 1 by 2 as common or as a constant, take outside. In bracket 1 by s integration is, take the integration of each term, that is 1 by s integration is log s. This is your standard formula for integration, that is 1 by x integration is log x. Then here s is variable, so 1 by s integration is log s, minus s upon s square. For integration of s upon s square plus 4, this term we have come across in previous lecture while we are using the formula for solving the integration. That is, we here take the direct formula, shortcut formula of integration, that is integration of f dash upon f is equal to log f. That is, if there is a derivative term of denominator in numerator, that is, if in denominator there is a function and if there is a derivative term of this f dash notation is for derivative of f. So if we adjust the derivative of denominator in numerator, then the whole term integration is by the shortcut formula is log f only, that is log denominator only. So log s as it is, minus here s square is variable, so s square derivative is 2s because x square derivative is 2x. So s square derivative is 2s plus 4 constant, so derivative is 0. So derivative of this denominator is 2s. So but in numerator s square plus 4 derivative is not present here, only s present, that is 2 is not there. So we have to adjust that 2 here first and then apply this formula. So adjusting 2 means multiplying 2 to numerator and again dividing by 2. So this adjusted 1 by 2 into integration of 2s upon, we have taken the 2 here. So 2s upon s square plus 4, and this integration is log of denominator, that is log f. F is in denominator. So log denominator means log s square plus 4. So 1 by s integration is log s upon s square plus 4 integration. For that we have adjusted 2 in denominator and numerator. Denominator 2, write this denominator 2 as it is, and numerator 2 take this with s. So 2s upon s square plus 4, and its integration is log s square plus 4 by this shortcut formula. Again there is a log term after getting the integration of this term. So for log term, if we put infinity upper limit, we don't get the answer, that is we get the infinity answer. So for having the existing answer, first merge this log term. For that, take 1 by 2 in this power by using the log rules. So log s square plus 4, this 1 by 2 goes to in the power of s square plus 4. So log s square plus 4 raised to half, and raised to half means s square plus 4 its square root. So log s minus log root, use log a minus log b formula. So log a by b from s to infinity. Again, first step is for existing answer for upper limit infinity, first merge these log terms. This is your merging term. Then take the some s raised to term as a common term. That is, here in numerator there is a s only, the single term is present, that is s. So this is your common term itself, and in denominator we have to take first s square common in square root. So in square root there is a term s square plus 4. So take s square common in square root. So in bracket s, we are taking s square common. So here remaining term is 1 plus 4 by s square. Again take this square root of this term and this bracket separately. So square root s square is s, and this square root write as it is. So root 1 plus 4 by s square. So this s and this s get cancelled, and remaining term is log 1 upon root term. So here first, for existing answer for upper limit infinity, first merge these log terms, then take the s term common, s term or s raised to power term, that is in numerator we have taken s as common because there is a single term. So this is your common term itself, and in denominator we have taken s square common in square root, and then by taking the square root we get s here. So by cancelling this, after cancelling some s term, then only you can put this infinity, that is upper limit, in this term, so that we get the answer. So put infinity here. So 1 plus 4 by infinity square, infinity is in denominator, so we get 4 by infinity, that is 0. 1 plus 0 is 1, square root of 1 is 1, so log 1 by 1. So log 1 by 1 is 0. It is fixed answer. So log 1 minus, put s as s here, that is no any change in this term, and this term is same as this term. So this term log s upon root I have written here as it is. So log s upon root s square plus 4. Log 1 value is 0. 0 minus log s upon root s square plus 4. So this minus sign you can, this answer is your final answer. If you simplify this answer again, so this is your final answer. You write this final answer as it is, or you can write this answer as in this form, that is minus half log s upon root s square plus 4, or you can put this number minus half to this bracket raised to in the power form, that is log s upon root s square plus 4 bracket raised to, this goes to in this power, bracket raised to minus half, or you can keep this number as it is, that is your final answer. Next example is same as the previous, that is Laplace transform of e raised to t minus cos t by t. So comparing with ft by t, we get ft is equal to numerator e raised to t minus cos t. Then take its Laplace of ft. E raised to t means e raised to at Laplace is 1 upon s minus a. So here a value is 1, because Laplace transform, direct Laplace transform formula for e raised to at is 1 upon s minus a. So here e raised to t Laplace is 1 upon s minus 1, because a value is here 1. E raised to at Laplace is this, and we have to take e raised to t Laplace. So here compare this e raised to at with this e raised to t. We get a equal to 1. A equal to 1. Hence e raised to t Laplace is 1 upon s minus a. Instead of s minus a, we take s minus 1 minus cos t Laplace. So use cos at Laplace. Cos at Laplace is s upon s square plus a square. Here cos at, and here we have to take for cos t. So here again a equal to 1. So cos t Laplace is s upon s square plus a square, that is 1 square means 1. So this is your Laplace of ft. Then take this answers integration from s to infinity, that is your final answer of required example, that is Laplace of e raised to t minus cos t by t. So integration of 1 upon s minus 1 is log s minus 1. We are using 1 by x integration. 1 by x integration is log x. So there is no any single variable here. Instead of x in formula, we have the variable x, and here the variable is s. But again, if there is a variable that is instead of x, 1 by s is there. If 1 by s is there, then 1 by s integration is log s. But again, there is no any s variable, single s variable in denominator. Instead of s, we have s minus 1. That is, we have to use bracket formula. So 1 by bracket integration is log bracket upon derivative of bracket. So 1 upon s minus 1, that is, this is your bracket. S minus 1 is your bracket. So 1 upon s minus 1 integration is log s minus 1 upon s minus 1 derivative. S derivative is 1, minus 1 derivative is 0. S means formula is x derivative is 1. Instead of x, we have asked s. S derivative is again 1, because this is variable. So 1 minus s derivative is 1, minus 1 derivative is 0. So 1 minus 0 means nothing, that is only 1. So need not to write here. Minus s upon s square plus 1, again use that shortcut formula, that is integration of f dash upon f. Again there is a the derivative of denominator is s square plus 1 derivative is plus 1 derivative is 0, s square derivative is 2s. So again adjust 2 here. So minus 1 by 2, 2s upon s square plus 1. Its integration is log denominator, that is log s square plus 1. This term is same as the in the previous example. Again log term is there. For upper limit infinity, merge these two terms, and then take the common s power term, cancel that s power term, and then put the upper limit infinity and lower limit s. Next example is find the Laplace transform of sin 3t cos t by t. That is, as the properties are going on, or we are studying the many properties of Laplace transform, you can see that whatever the basic examples we have studied or we have seen in first lecture or first two lectures, these examples are many times repeated in properties examples. So in this, the important point is we have to practice these basic examples which we have seen in first two lectures. If we practice these basic examples, then you can easily recall, or you can easily remember these properties examples. So this example, so Laplace of sin 3t into cos t by t. So 1 by t keep aside, and the compare this term with ft by t. We get ft equal to this numerator, that is ft equal to sin 3t into cos t. So then second step is find its Laplace transform. So the Laplace transform of this term we have seen in first two lectures. So in properties, we don't practice much more for these examples, that is properties examples. If we if we practice the basic examples from first two lectures, then we will go easily with these examples which we are studying in properties, many properties of Laplace transform. So this example we have seen, similar example we have seen in first two lectures. So sin 3t into cos t Laplace. For this, this is the product of two trigonometric functions. So for product of two trigonometric functions, we have to use the trigonometric formula, 2 sin cos formula, 2 sin a cos b formula. So for that we have to adjust 2 here. So multiply 2 and dividing by 2, we get 1 by 2 Laplace of 2 sin 3t cos t. In first step we have adjusted 2. Why we have adjusted here? Because we have to use the trigonometric formula 2 sin a cos b, and 2 sin a cos b formula is, here a value is 3t, b value is t. So 2 sin a cos b is sin a plus sin a plus b plus sin a minus b. A plus b is 3t plus t, 4t. A minus b is 3t minus t, that is 2t. So this is your factorization formula. So 1 by 2, take Laplace transform of each term. So sin 4t Laplace by using sin 80 Laplace formula. Sin 80 Laplace is a upon s square plus a square. Sin 4t Laplace is 4 upon s square plus 4 square, that is 16. Again sin 2t Laplace is 2 upon s square plus 2 square, that is 4. Sin 2t Laplace, there is a standard formula for this example, that is sin 80 Laplace. It is given in the standard formula. Sin 80 Laplace is a upon s square plus a square. Sin 2t Laplace is 2 upon s square plus 4. Then this is your answer of Laplace of ft. Then if we take the integration of this answer, then that is your final answer of, after taking the integration, that is your final answer of your required example, that is this example. So take the integration, take 4 or keep this 4 as it is, 1 upon s square plus 16. So this is your integration we have to take by using 1 upon x square plus a square formula. We have seen in previous example 1 upon x square plus a square is 1 by tan inverse x by. So 1 upon, take 4 as it is, and 1 upon s square plus 16 integration. 16 means 4 square. So 1 upon x square plus a square, that is here variable square and here again variable square. Then a square 16, that is a square means 4 square. So a value is here 4 and here a value is 2 because 4 is your 2 square. So x variable square plus a square. Variable square, that is s is your variable square plus 2 square, that is a equal to 2. So 4 as it is, formula is 1 upon a tan inverse variable by a. A is value 4, so 1 by 4 tan inverse s by 4 plus again this 2 as constant, so write as it is, 2 as it is. So here a value is 2 because 4 is your 2 square. So variable square plus constant square, that is a square. So a value is 2. So 1 by a tan inverse variable by a. 1 by 2 tan inverse variable by a. Cancel this 4 and this 2 and put upper limit and lower limit. We get tan inverse infinity pi by 2. Again plus tan inverse infinity pi by 2 because put s equal to infinity here and again s equal to s. So minus, for lower limit take minus sign. Put s lower limit as is. So tan inverse s by 4 as it is. Tan inverse s by 2 as it is. So again merge these two terms, pi by 2 means pi minus tan inverse s by 4, tan inverse s by 2 as it is. This is your division by t property. In this property, the Laplace transform of ft, all the examples of or all the steps of Laplace transform of ft we have studied in previous examples or in previous lectures. We have seen these examples. Again these examples are repeated in continuously repeated in properties of Laplace transform. So practice these examples, these basic examples, so that these properties are very easy with you. So the next property is multiplication by t raised to n property. So what is that property? Division by t property is for, you can write in one hint, that is division by t property is for integration. Next is multiplication by t raised to n property is for derivative property. Division by t property related to integration. Multiplication by t raised to n property is related to derivative concept. So the property is, if t raised to n is multiplied to ft, that is Laplace, then Laplace transform of t raised to n ft equal to whatever the t raised to power is present in the given example, we have to take that number of times we have to take the derivative. That is, if the power of t is n, so we have to take n times derivative. So property is Laplace of t raised to n ft equal to minus 1 raised to n nth derivative of Laplace of ft. That is, for this property, for applying this property, first we have to find the Laplace of ft. And ft, which is your ft? That is, this is your example. That is, t is multiplied to, t raised to some power is multiplied to ft. So you can see this example, or this example. Whatever the t raised to n term is there, and whatever the term is multiplied to t raised to n, that is your ft. So in example, sine hyperbolic at is multiplied to t. So sine hyperbolic at is your ft. Here sine 2t is multiplied to t square, that is t raised to power term. Whatever the term multiplied to t raised to power term or t term, that is your ft. So here ft is your sine 2t. ft is your sine 2t. So compare this t raised to n into ft with t sine hyperbolic at t square sine 2t, so that we can get ft is your sine hyperbolic at in this example, ft is your sine 2t in this example. So first find ft. This is your first step. Find ft by comparing two terms. First is your example term and second is your t raised to n ft term. So t raised to n ft and your given example, these two examples, or you can say these two terms, you have to compare first and find the ft value. Then take its Laplace transform, Laplace of ft. And whatever the answer of this Laplace transform of ft, we have to take the derivative of that answer. How many times we have to take the derivative of that answer? Answer means Laplace of ft answer. And this number, how many times you have to take the derivative, that number is depend upon t raised to power. So if there is a t raised to n, power is n, so we have to take n times derivative and multiply by minus 1 raised to that power, that is minus 1 raised to n. So here t raised to, there is no any power in this position. So t raised to nothing means t raised to 1 power. So here n value is 1, that is we have to take t raised to 1 ds raised to 1, that is we have to take only one time derivative of this Laplace of ft with minus 1 raised to 1. Then in this example, second example, t square power is there, at least t raised to 2, here n value is 2. So we have to take 2 times derivative of Laplace of ft answer with minus 1 square term multiplied to this derivative term. So multiplication by t raised to n property, in this again we have to compare this t raised to n ft with given example and find the value of ft. Then take the Laplace transform of ft. This is your second step. And third step is the answer of Laplace of ft. We have to take the derivative of that answer. And how many times we have to take the derivative of this answer? The number is depend on tth power, that is t raised to power. If t raised to power is n, so we have to take n times derivative. If t raised to power is 1, we have to take 1 derivative. If t raised to power is 2, then we have to take 2 times derivative. And this term you can't forget, that is minus 1 raised to n. We have to multiply to this derivative term. So first, see the first example by multiplication by t raised to n property. So find the Laplace transform of t sine hyperbolic at. So this is your example in which there is a product of two terms. One term is hyperbolic, that is trigonometric, and second is t. So if t term is multiplied to, or t is in multiplication form, that example you can solve by multiplication by t raised to n property. You can easily see, or you can easily recognize that why we have to take these properties, or why we have to apply this multiplication by t raised to n property, because t term is multiplied to the term, or t term is present in the given example in the multiplication form. That time you have to take this property we have to apply. So here first compare this t raised to n ft with t sine hyperbolic at. So we get whatever the term multiplied to t term. So here sine hyperbolic at is multiplied to t. Hence first step is your ft. After comparison we have to find the ft here. So here ft value is sine hyperbolic at. Then take the Laplace transform of that ft. So Laplace of sine hyperbolic at is, this is your standard diet Laplace transform formula. Sine hyperbolic at Laplace is a upon s square minus a square. Second step. Then third step is whatever the answer we get there, we have to take the derivative of that answer. So this is your answer, a upon s square minus a square. So how many times you have to take the derivative with respect to s? It depends on the t raised to power. So here t raised to nothing means the power is 1, that is n value is here in theory power is n. In example the power is 1, that is n value is your 1. So put in this formula. So minus 1 raised to 1 d raised to 1 upon ds raised to 1. Minus 1 raised to 1 means 1, minus 1, and d raised to 1 by ds raised to 1 means we have to take the derivative only one time of that answer. This is your answer of Laplace of ft. So take a outside this derivative notation, because a is constant. So minus a derivative with respect to s of s square minus a square. So for this derivative we have to use the formula of bracket formula. So we know 1 by x integration is minus 1 upon x square. This is your derivative formula. So here 1 upon single variable derivative is minus 1 upon x square, or 1 upon, instead of x, if we ask the s variable, then 1 by s derivative is minus 1 upon s square. But in example instead of s we have given s square minus s square, that is instead of s or single variable we have given the other term, that is we have to use the bracket formula. In such case we have to compulsory use bracketed formulae. So 1 upon bracket formula is, or 1 upon bracket derivative is minus 1 upon bracket square into derivative of bracket. This is your formula for derivative. So use this bracket formula. So minus 1 upon bracket square, this is your bracket value, that is b value, minus 1 upon b square, that is b means this is your b, s square minus a square, this is your b square, into derivative of b is your this. So its derivative is s square derivative is 2s, because x square derivative is 2x. Then s is in example s is your variable, and in formula x is your variable. So x square derivative is 2x, that is s square derivative is 2s minus s square derivative is 0, that is only 2s we get. So simplifying we get the answer. Next example is Laplace transform of t square sine 2t. So compare this t square sine 2t with t raised to n ft. So first by comparing, first find ft, then its Laplace transform, then whatever the answer we get, take its derivative. This is simply your multiplication by t raised to n property. So by comparing we get t raised to n. Here t square is present, so n value is 2. Then term multiplied to t raised to n is your ft. Term multiplied to t term is your ft. Term multiplied to t term is your sin 2t. Hence ft value is sin 2t. Then take its Laplace transform. So Laplace of ft, this is your ft. Laplace of sin 2t. So sin 2t Laplace, we are using sin 80 Laplace, that formula of Laplace transform. Sin 80 Laplace is a upon s square plus a square. Sin 2t Laplace is 2 upon s square plus 2 square, that is 4. Then whatever the answer we get, take its derivative. Whatever the answer we get, this is your answer. Take its derivative. How many times you have to take the derivative? T power is 2. So we have to take 2 times derivative with minus 1 raised to n. N value is 2. Here put n equal to 2. So minus 1 square. Minus 1 square means once. So take 2 times derivative. So we can't get directly 2 times derivative. And that is direct answer we can't get here. So we have to take the derivative one by one time. That is first derivative, then take second derivative. So here we are taking the first derivative here. So from this 2 times derivative, we are taking the first derivative. So only d by ds is remaining and first derivative is applied here, or formula r we are applying here. So 2 as it is and d by ds, that is first derivative of 2 take outside because it is constant, that is number. So d by ds of, that is first derivative of 1 upon s square plus a square. So again take the 1 upon derivative by using this 1 by bracket formula. We are applied here. So 1 upon a square plus 4 derivative is 1 by bracket formula we have to apply. Minus 1 upon b square into derivative of b. So 1 upon b means this is your b. Minus 1 upon b square. S square plus 4 is your b. So minus 1 upon s square plus 4 square into derivative of b. b is your s square plus 4. So derivative of s square plus 4 is, s square derivative is 2s. That is s square derivative is 2s. By using x square formula, x square derivative is 2x. So s square derivative is 2s, 4 derivative is 0. That is only 2s. By simplifying or taking this minus 2 outside this derivative, second derivative notation, so we get minus 4 and the remaining single derivative d by ds of s upon s square plus 4 bracket square. So here we are taking the second time derivative. So here the numerator is again variable, denominator is again variable term. That is in previous example, for 1 upon s square plus 4, numerator is only number, that is 1 is only number, and in denominator the variable is present, that is s present. Hence we have used 1 by bracket formula. But in this term, in numerator s is present, that is variable is present, and in denominator s square, that is again variable term is present. So variable upon variable form is, if there is a in example, if there is a step that variable upon variable form is present, that is numerator is variable and again denominator is variable term, that is variable. So we have to use quotient rule, because in numerator variable is present, that is s is present, s is your variable, and in denominator s square plus 4 bracket square, that is s is again present in denominator, that is variable by variable form. So for that, for taking derivative of variable by variable form, we have to take the formula quotient rule, or we have to apply quotient rule. Quotient rule is numerator upon denominator term. Then what is the quotient rule? V square, in numerator v is there, then derivative of u minus u as it is, and derivative of v. Whatever the with respect to variable, you have to take in denominator. If there is a derivative with respect to x, then take dx in denominator. It is changed example wise. So here denominator square. So denominator square is as in denominator bracket square is present, so again its square we have to take, so bracket raised to 4 there, so it becomes bracket raised to 4. Then in numerator v there, v means your denominator, s square plus 4 bracket square. Then derivative of u means numerator, derivative of numerator, s derivative is 1 because we are using x derivative is 1, so again s derivative is 1, minus u as it is, that is numerator as it is, s as it is, into derivative of v, v means denominator, so denominator is your bracket square formula, bracket square term. So how to take its derivative? So we have to use x square derivative formula. X square derivative is 2x, but variable square is not present here. Here single, if s square is there, then its derivative is 2s by this formula. But instead of variable square, we have given, instead of variable, we have given the bracket. That is, we have to use bracket square formula. So bracket square derivative is 2 bracket into derivative of bracket. So in derivative, this common term is multiplied to this rule, or derivative of bracket, it is common term which is multiplied while we are taking derivative. But in integration, in the case of bracket formula, in integration, 1 by bracket integration is log bracket, and the derivative of bracket, this common term is in denominator for the integration formula. And for derivative formula, derivative of bracket, this common term is multiplied in the multiplicative form, and in integration it is in division form. This is your difference in derivative and integration bracketed formula. So this is your derivative formula. Apply to this term. Then the further steps are just simplification of this quotient rule. So take this s square plus 4 common from the numerator and cancel that one bracket term by the from the denominator. So s square plus 4 take common from numerator, so we get here, and that s square plus 4 bracket cancel with this denominator raised to 4, so remaining power is 3. So here remaining power is, by taking one bracket common, remaining power is 1. So s square plus 4 minus, here 2 into s into 2s, that is minus 4s square is remaining, upon one bracket we have taken common, and that common bracket we have cancelled from this denominator. So power, the power, fourth power is decreases by 1, that is s square plus 4 its cube, minus 4 as it is, simplify this, s square minus 4 square, that is minus 3 square plus 4 as it is, upon bracket raised to 3. So this is your final answer. Thank you.